Another thing as well that I find funny is that Andrew reckons that Andrew's really stupid in the sense that he kind of forgets um, that he has done awful shit in the past and still tries to play the victim. He wants to be a complete monster, but the second that the pitchforks and torches come out, that's when he's a poor little thing that's just misunderstood. And one or two idiots fall for it. And I'm calling them idiots because there's plenty of warning material out there about Andrew. I understand that this has turned into story time about Andrew, but I don't know what else to say. But yeah, with the whole Andrew thing, it's kind of funny because he's constantly shooting himself in the foot. Like this week, he has made dozens of videos disrespecting dead people. Nimbles, that Roblox developer, he's been making shit about dancing on his grave. George Floyd was the same. He originally was going for a "oh, I am just a common sense guy at the pub" thing. I'm going to tell you that you're all being distracted from the coronavirus and that the government is taking away your freedoms and all this. But because that didn't really win him over much controversy, oh, I unlocked a new character, that's cool. He's decided to just basically go up to straight up disrespecting George Floyd, which thankfully nobody's really taking that bait. I have been letting people who would be offended know, simply because honestly I think the best way to make Andrew stop doing this shit is by giving him the attention he so desperately craves, because when that happens he gets really scared and runs away, whereas if you ignore him he just keeps doing it in a desperate attempt to get more attention. It's like the animal shit all over again. When that shit almost got legal, he quickly changed his tune on how funny and how he was happy about doing it. It's almost like he realised that what he was doing was fucking stupid. But, you know, I don't want to give Andrew too much credit. I think his family probably sat him down and said, "Andrew, son, you're a fucking idiot, stop it." But anyway, I was talking to one person the other night in my personal Discord, and Andrew popped by. That was interesting. Andrew initially had me blocked because I gave him advice on his stupid lawsuit, telling him that it wasn't going to work, and he didn't like hearing that, and he just picked a random keyword from what I said, basically deemed it to be the entire sentence, and then blocked me for being offensive. He said he was going to report me to the police as well. I don't know what for. I said basically, because you lied, the judge is not going to see it as misinformation being spread about you on the level that you say it is. I mean, technically, if you want to boil it down to its base components, yeah, misinformation was spread about you. But when you actually look at it from far, you started it with that. You put that misinformation out there. You can't then decide, "oh, well, I've decided that that misinformation does no longer serve me and therefore anyone putting it out there is lying." People legitimately believed it to be true. And you can't really, get mad at people for believing your lies as truth. And if that's something that pisses you off, then there's an easy solution. Just don't lie. It's pretty easy. It's why I don't lie, because it just complicates things. I do my best to tell the truth whenever I can. And if I can't tell the truth for one reason or another, I'm very, very careful about my lies, and I keep track of them. Admittedly, I don't keep track of them for long, because it's usually for a temporary thing that I have to tell a lie. Like, I don't know, Usually it's on the level of a white lie to protect someone or something like that. So, you know I don't normally make up shit about myself or anything like that to big myself up. Or alternatively, if I don't want something to know something about me or someone else, I make up an alternative that's just as likely to have happened to protect the truth, because I don't think that person should know it for one reason or another. Again, that's usually people like Andrew or something like that, but it can be people who I feel like might blab it or might get hurt knowing it. Admittedly, it's very rare that this has to happen, but Andrew's relationship with the truth is more harsh than that with his dog. He is such a fucking liar that I always assume he's lying now. Whenever he says, like, I did this, I assume that he did the complete opposite, because, honestly, that's safer to me, just assuming Andrew is always lying. So Dawn's Sand is actually mostly the same. So that's kind of cool, for the most part. It's got a lot of the finer details lost from it, but that's okay. Nebulous Towers are significantly the same, but they have replaced a few things to make it run a lot smoother on PS1, which makes sense. So yeah, I've ended up mixing with a lot of weird characters these days. Some good, some bad. For every Hatman, Stew Dog, Miss Whiplash, and Abstract Butterflies, there's an Andrew or an Evan or one of those other twats. I was a bit concerned, though, the other night about when Andrew came into my Discord server. He followed somebody else I actually invited in. I didn't invite Andrew to my Discord. He found it basically on his own, which I'm very impressed with, by the way. If Andrew ever watches my content, well done you. You actually did some fucking detective work and figured something out for yourself. So that's good. Admittedly, I did say in the comments you can find a link to my Discord on my channel. And he just invites himself in and starts talking like I'm not there, despite the fact that I'm talking to him. He just basically uses my Discord as a little meeting room where he's more or less trying to groom a child, which I'm not having that shit, so I told him to fuck off.
Welche neugierige Babbrüchen.